Hello everyone, welcome back to Fix the Family. My name is Raylan Alama and we are bringing you truth without compromise for the family. This is Decadence Alive, our blog edition where we're talking about the evils and immoral things out in the world and how you can bring a fix by practicing your Catholic faith as a Catholic out in the world. In this segment we're talking about an evil you probably haven't heard of before. I call it feminized marriage, and it is that deceptive. It is hidden and very few people are even talking about it. But this is what I mean by feminized marriage. I heard a priest not too long ago tell a newly married couple that, you know, to the husband, he said, "Oh, you think you're going to be out there directing your wife, telling her what to do? Well, it ain't going to happen. You're there to make your wife happy." Now that's a pretty interesting statement, and actually one I've made myself before. But you got to explain exactly what that means and how to make a woman happy. A man would have to know how to make a woman happy, because what that could be construed to mean is that we're there to just do whatever she says or give her away every time. Do whatever it is that she wants. Oh, you don't think that that's what it could be construed to mean? Well, I just happen to have a book here. It's called Be a Man by Father Larry Richards. And with all due respect to a priest, I have to just elaborate on and use this as an example of how these things can be misconstrued and misinterpreted. Over on page 74 of Be a Man, it says, some Christian men will say, "Okay, I'm in charge of my family." Sometimes I just want to whack them over the head and tell them that they are the leader of the family, but not in charge of their family. There's a big difference. To lead your family means you are a servant. Your wife is not there to take care of every whim. Gentlemen, you are there to take care of every whim of your wife. Oh, really? Oh, really, Father? With all due respect, I disagree. That is precisely the problem with the vast majority of Catholic marriages today. There is no solid teaching for almost 100 years now from the official teaching of the Church on how a man and a woman are to behave in their roles in marriage. We have to go back to Casti Connubii, like we have numerous times here back into 1930 here at Fix the Family. Because even if we look at the Catechism, what does the Catechism say? This is all it offers on, and this is just not that it's not true, it's just half-truths. It's not the complete truth. This is all it offers on the roles of the father in the home. Husbands, love your wife as Christ loved the church. Paragraph 16:16, and gave himself up for her that he might sanctify her. For this reason a man shall leave his father and mother and be joined to his wife, and the two shall become one. Very true. But how did Christ love the church? Did Christ say, "Oh, I'm sorry, church, did I make a mistake again? Church, what is it that you want me to do? Please, church, explain to me how to be a good leader, how to be a good spouse." No, Christ led the church. Christ instructed the church. Christ kept the church in line, and His vicar on earth still keeps the church in line and leads the church. Sure, we are to make sacrifices. Sure, we are to give our life. But that does not mean we become a rug to be walked upon by our wife and to be sniffing at her feet for her to tell us what to do. We are to lead. We are to stand dignified at the head of our family and instruct and correct all those things around us that we see that are problems, and correct problems and discipline. That way that we don't put that burden of leadership on our wives. These priests that give these types of instructions, they don't need to go home and live with these women that they are instructing this way, giving poor guidance to. We have to use sound guidance and sound teaching from the church from generations gone by of how a family can operate properly and function and stick together. Families are falling apart because of this kind of teaching right here. And this is what most Catholic families are doing, because that's where the teaching of the church is vague and incomplete. So let's look at real church teaching, something that's rich, something that's strong, that's going to give us the foundation that we need to go forward. Men, lead your families. Wives, be submissive to your husbands. He can't lead if you're standing in the leadership spot, ladies. Sorry. So he's got to be given that leadership position in order for him to lead. And then you will see your family having some harmony and having the peace and joy that it should be for a real Catholic family. That's Decadence Alive. Come back and see us more for here at Fix the Family. My name is Raylan Alamo. God bless you.